Rasty McGibbon with national champion, Women's Division I, Liberty University, Chris Lowe's. Chris, congratulations.
Thanks, Rasty. Appreciate it.
So, before your play even got underway in our conversation, one of the things you said to me is, it's possible this year that we may be vulnerable. Tell me a bit more now that everything's over, what you maybe meant by that statement.
Well, I think our league has evolved tremendously. So I think our nationals experiences from 5 years ago are significantly different, right? And I look at this weekend, and it was the opposite of a smooth trip, right? And Miami, Ohio, 1-goal game, and we just felt the stress, the pressure the whole time, and we're down 3 goals to Adrian, with a minute left in the second, and it was one of those years where I think we're feeling that these weekends are more vulnerable, and we lost 3 games in the spring semester, and our journey went through Minot, right? And they won that last game, our last matchup of the regular season we had, and but no, I thought. And I just think we've had some inconsistent performances, and I think we did this weekend. I thought we played our best game today. It looked like we had some composure, and looked like we were confident.
Because of the adversities and what you call inconsistent play, of the 5, is this one any more special than the other ones because it didn't come as easy?
This one's very special. Yeah, so I'd have to spend some time thinking, and I don't want to undervalue any of the success we've had, but this one is very special.
Tell me about the performance today from Madison Glenn. First hat trick, she says, ever in her career, and what a time to do it at this national stage.
Yeah, I mean, the kid plays like a 5th or 6th year, right? It's her 2nd year, and the girl plays with incredible confidence, and it's rare as a coach to have a defenseman that goes into games looking to impact offensively, and I think the other thing with Maddie, a couple of things is, the first is that's dismissing her defensive play, and she's so good in our D zone and plays well and is tough to play against. And the other thing that I think is worth noting too is her and Peyton Carl as a D pair had really special synergy and chemistry, and Carl's pretty intentional in setting Maddie up for these opportunities. They work so well on the offensive blue, and she was doing it today, getting her set up in the middle of the ice for those dangerous looks. So I think some of the credit goes to 79 as well. But Maddie Glenn was such a gamer for us, and we needed her today. And we needed Jan yesterday in overtime. We needed Brielle, we needed to score a game winner this weekend. So just so many people stepping up in different ways.
You mentioned the word confidence. Do you feel, because this has not been one that has been as easy as some of them historically, do you feel that coming back down from 4-1 yesterday really got the confidence juices flowing for you?
Yeah, I think we knew today was going to be a grind. And to be honest, with losing Glover yesterday to injury, and we've got a couple other little things that maybe people aren't aware of, but I had in my mind today, like, I'd be happy to go into the third 0-0. And that's not normal maybe for our program and in games like this, but we needed it just to be there. And if it was 0-0, that would mean that we're playing good defensive hockey, and we're probably in a good place. So obviously to win the second period 1-0 was really big, and set us up for a defensive third.
How big is this, not only for women's hockey, but how big is this for hockey at Liberty University?
That's a tough question. I don't spend much time, thinking about some of the big stuff. And, as a team, we talk about leaving a legacy. That's part of one of our cores, and and not just by winning titles, but leaving a legacy by how we run our program and how our girls carry themselves. And so at some point we'll think about that, but right now just being in the moment. And like you said, this weekend was chaotic. I think as a team we were a bit of a wild, hot mess, but good teams find a way, and our girls did.
So just in closing, you're going to be graduating some. What would be the biggest compliment to you personally with young women leaving this team in terms of the attributes that Chris Lowe's has ingrained in them during as women, not as players, as women and students leaving your program? What are some of the things that you would want as takeaways personally?
Yeah, well, I look at the group that might be carrying on this year, right? And Unique Schroeder and Julia McDonald. Sorry, my brains. Britt Fussy. This may be her last national title, and Lindsay Jezriak. And I look at some of those girls, and I feel like they've been above reproach over their careers in the way they've handled themselves and represented our program, and that's hard to do. You look at Unique and Britt, maybe they're great examples of those vets that take abuse every day, and in games and their targets, and they just put their head down, go to work. And I haven't seen Britt or Jan take a retaliation penalty in 4 years, and so I think just all those things and the way that they've accepted that responsibility that it is to represent a school and represent a hockey team.
Well, fantastic. Chris, congratulations.
Thanks, Rusty.
Chris Lowe's, Women's Division I, back-to-back national champions.